Hi, folks. I just wanted to come on. I've been lazy today. I left home yesterday, left family there, and came to the beach because I needed some time to refresh, and reflect and write because I've been promising some writing um, for the last 4 months, and life has been busy, and I haven't had a chance to do it. So here I am at the beach. I'd be posting this from the deck. But hey, Yolanda. Um, but unfortunately, the house we rented, which has a deck off of every bedroom, which was exciting and the main reason we chose it, also has wasp on the deck from every room. So even though I love the house, I'm not going outside and be on the deck any point soon. But I wanted to come on and say, um, that I just saw the numbers, the Electoral College numbers for President Trump and Vice President Biden. And hey, Marianne. Hey, Celeste. And so I'm happy to see the election is turning out. And I was watching Van Jones on CNN, a commentator, and he was crying and he was emotional. And one of the things he said struck me. Now my sister will be able to go to Walmart and get out of her car and to go in and not be harassed. And I thought, that's not true. We don't know that. We don't know anything anymore. All we know is we anticipate having a change in the presidency. And I'm still going to be black. His sister's still going to be black. I still don't know what I'm going to face when I get out of my car, I'm at the beach in North Carolina. I don't know what I'm going to face if I decide to go for a walk today in a probably predominantly white neighborhood. I don't know. So as long as I'm black, until we work through the issues of racism, until we work through the issues of misogyny, until we work through the issues of you don't think personally that you are prejudiced or that you're racist, but you don't recognize that you have a leg up that we don't have because we're black, regardless of whether we're male or female or children, we still have work to do. An election does not change the work that has been exposed to the entire world, a lot of whom didn't think that this was an issue, that race was an issue, except in some people's minds. We see and we know and we have work to do. So I want to encourage you, if you want to work with me, respond to this. Respond to this Facebook Live. Email me, Carmen at researchandresource.com. Researchandresource.com, or Race Matters at researchandresource.com. We have work to do. And we know this is not easy work. It's not comfortable work. It's just work. This is harder than going to school. This is harder than writing a term paper. This is harder than literally having a child, because you have that and that pain is over. This is work that's uncomfortable because it's emotional, and it's in-depth work on yourself. Even though I'm black, I still have to learn. I still have to research. I don't know everything. And I know with what I experience as a black person, if you're white, you don't have the experience, first of all. And so then you have to do even more research and more work. And it has to be done. We are all created the same in the sight of God. And He doesn't expect this of us. He probably knew this was going to happen, but He didn't. You think He expects this of us? He expects better of us. And for those of us who name the name of Christ, for those of us who are Christians, this is definitely not the work that Christ expects us to do. He expects us, if we say that we are following Him, that He expects that we are doing the work to make ourselves better because we're born into sin. And so some of this is sin nature. Some of this, and all of it is. But if you're not a Christian and you don't believe that, it does not mean that you don't need to do the work on yourself. So I want to say I'm out there to help. I'm out there to work alongside you. I'm not out there to be taken for granted. And I want to tell you, too, that it took me a little while to get to this point. Not about race, but because I was a black woman, there came a point where I had to figure out, I'd have to stop and go, okay, am I being treated this way because I'm black? Or am I being treated this way because I am a woman? Hey, Greg. Hey, Faye. And that's a whole extra burden. A whole extra burden. And I don't want to have to figure out if I'm being treated that way for either reason. I want to be treated just like you're treated if you're white and male. I want to have the same equity. I want to have the same knowledge that my thoughts matter, hey Steve, that my thoughts matter, that my opinion matters, that my intelligence matters. And I don't want to be treated like I'm not smart, because I am. My children are smart. They may not always seem to be smart to you, but they are. Just like you think your children are smart, mine are smart. And I think we have to recognize that. My children don't learn the same way. They are of the same blood, but they don't learn the same way. And so they don't learn the same way I do. Nobody in my house learns the same way I do. Nobody wants to read as well. I take that back. My oldest child wants to read as much as I do, but my youngest child doesn't. But she does what she's got to do to get it done. So we can't educate all of our children the same way. We can't expect all of our children and all of our people to be the same way. And it's not making allowances for them. It's making allowances for the differences that God created in us. And we have to recognize that. And so race matters because God created us. He created us black and white and red and brown and yellow and pink. He created us that way. And that's why when I was growing up, I used to tell one of my white friends, hey, Cliff, I used to tell one of my white friends, we decided we would be purple because we didn't like the things that we saw. And the only thing at that point that was a discrepancy for us was we were dancers and nobody else, none of our other friends took ballet and tap and jazz and toe. So we were different from them and we were smart. So we had our own little group and we were purple people. And we liked being purple people because that was the characteristics that described who we were. So I just wanted to come and say that the election's not over. I'm glad to see that it's coming to a place where we can begin to trust it. But our work is not done. Literally, our work is just beginning because we can recognize that probably half of our country doesn't agree with the things that we have been espousing and talking about for years. And hi, Anita. And so we got work to do. We need to bring our country together. And that means that we have to teach each other things. And some things, some feelings, emotions for some people who are white arise from ways that they have been treated. But that doesn't make the whole black community bad. And black people know we have been treated since we got to this country in certain ways. And that doesn't make all the white people bad. But race matters, and we have to work through it. Hey, Lou Klein. So join me. Race Matters at researchandresource.com, Carmen at researchandresource.com, and I will be hosting an event. I will be posting on Eventbrite later on today, and I will put the post to register for that. But I'm planning to do a workshop next Saturday on 3 things white people need to know to be allies, because Black people can't do this work by themselves. Others can't do this work by themselves. White people created the structure, and white people are going to have to start to change the structure. Thank you so much for being on here with me, and I look forward to talking to you later. Have a great day. Bye.